What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching, and I appreciate your appreciation of my idiotic rants and ramblings and my opinion about the world. So thank you, and I love every single one of you, just so know that. We're gonna talk in this video about the concept of abundance. Abundance. Having abundance. And when I say abundance, your brain probably jumps straight into financial abundance, but that's only part of it. The other part, in many parts, is just abundance of love, abundance of happiness, abundance of joy. And we're gonna talk about that. And first thing first, most of the humanity right now, most of this reality that we've created collectively, the collective consciousness, most of it lives in scarcity mindset. And that includes people who have money, includes people who have so-called loving relationships in their lives. They might still feel scarcity from the inside. And that's truthfully, that is human existence right now, unfortunately. Most of us are living in scarcity mindset, and the scarcity mindset goes and transfers over to finances, transfers over to love, transfers over to relationships, transfers over to happiness, right? Because we feel like scarcity, where it's scarce, things are scarce. And this scarcity, my friends, is simply like this. The absence of darkness is the absence of light. Scarcity is the absence of abundance. Abundance is the default mode of the universe. It is the default nature of this video game simulation called life, called planet Earth. It's a default mode. Scarcity is just a lack of that. It's a lack of abundance. So to get rid of scarcity, we gotta tap into abundance. Before we talk about how we should tap into abundance and change the mindset, first thing I want to talk about is most of us live in scarcity. Let's discuss that a little bit, right? First of all, clearly, when it comes to material wealth, the vast majority of the world lives in scarcity. Even in Western world, where a lot of the wealth is, the majority of the wealth is right now, more than half, I know like more than half the population in Canada, maybe more, probably the same thing for the States, is barely paying their bills, is barely getting by. So even where the wealth is concentrated right now in the world, at least half the people that live there, probably more, probably a good percentage more than 50%, are living in material scarcity. They're barely just paying their bills, barely. Sometimes they gotta borrow money and blah, 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 and do this. But that's not just material also, there's like this love scarcity, right? So people feel like, a lot of people are scared that they're never gonna find that one person that makes them happy for the rest of their lives. And this is again coming from a place of neediness and a place of scarcity. Because now you feel like love can only be obtained through one person. So maybe you're in a relationship right now and you're still in that scarcity mindset. So you're so needy to the people, that's the person that's with you. You're so needy to them because you think, oh my God, there's no love in the world. This is my only source of love. You are my only source of love. And so you develop this neediness between you and your partner, which leads often to one of the other person that's now you're trying to take energy from, saying, fuck off, I can't handle this anymore. Because you're taking too much energy from me. When it should be, oh, there's so much love out there and there's so much abundance of it. You go and tap into the abundance source of love. I go and tap to the abundance source of love. And we come together and we share that love. And it's like fusion. Vegito. Goku and Vegeta coming together in fusion. It's like phew, next level shit. Because both people are tapped into the infinite source of love as opposed to trying to take love from each other. So this scarcity mindset is all around us in every aspect of our lives. Same thing with jobs. The reason why people stick to jobs they fucking hate is a scarcity mindset, because they think there aren't better opportunities for them. And they're too scared and they're in scarcity. Oh, what if I lose my job? I'm fucked. I'm fucked. That's how they think. And so most people, they're working shitty jobs, but they stick to it. They don't believe in the abundance of the universe. They don't believe in the abundant opportunities and the goodness of the universe and the beautiful thing it has to offer. They don't believe in any of that because they're in a scarcity mindset. So, as some of you guys probably know, I love to talk about reality being made of words. And so everything is made of words. This reality is zeros and ones, and it's words. It's word based. So you speak things into existence. So what happened over thousands of years is this dark spell has been spelled on humanity. So we're living in this reality right now made up of scarcity. Scarcity has been spoken into existence by thousands of generations, and now it runs in our bloodline, in most of our family and ancestry. This scarcity mindset runs in here. And we gotta break it through. We gotta overcome that. We gotta stop this scarcity mentality, and we gotta start thinking abundance. We gotta start thinking, no, hold on. There is abundance of everything for everybody. There is an abundance of food, which there is. We can actually feed every single person on the planet. There's an abundance of clean drinking water for all of us. And now using technology, there absolutely is. And there's an abundance of love, because this is the source of love. The universe is made of love. All of this simulation is made of love, and God is love, and you're love. So there is plenty of it. What do you mean one person's gonna give you love? No, there's plenty of it. So you tune into that state of love using meditation, using yoga, contemplation, psychedelics, microdosing, and big trips, obviously, depending on how you want to use them. But you tap into that source of love, and you realize it's fucking abundant. You can't run away from it. It's there at all times. Literally, you can tap into it right now and just feel this incredible warmth of love, just like immerse you from head to toe. And then you have so much of it, and you start to just give freebies to everybody. Hey, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Because there's so much of it, because it's so abundant. And in the same way, material wealth is also abundant. The planet is a very abundant place. The problem is, of course, the distribution of wealth, which is all fucked up right now, right? The way it's distributed, it's fucked up. It's just fucked up. Very select, small percentage of people have the majority of the wealth in the world. But truthfully, the world is an abundant place. And what is the definition of abundance when it comes to material? You have more than you need. That's abundance. Meaning, let's say you need, for example, to survive, let's say you need $3,000 a month. And now you have 4,000, you have 4,000 coming in. You're living in a state of abundance. And so you're basically now in abundance. So if we can we can get everybody in the world to live in a state of abundance. Absolutely. Meaning that everybody in the world can have more than they need coming in. Absolutely. That is we have enough things on this planet, enough resources, material resources, enough of it for even all 7 billion people to have abundance, more than they need. But for us to do that, first we got to change the minds of the people. Because right now, most people live in scarcity mindset, and they got to start to see this universe as an abundant place, as a place that provides you with everything you need. Because look, the programmer of the simulation, right? God, cosmic love, the universe, the force, the programmer. There's a programmer, and you see code in this simulation everywhere, all around you. It's all code-based. Everything is code-based. The programmer of this simulation gave the characters that are playing this simulation enough resources to survive and thrive. As simple as that. Okay? Just like when you play Call of Duty, you have enough resources because the programmer of the game made it so that you have enough resources. So you have all these guns, and you have the ammo. You have enough resources, and you have a grenade launcher, and you have sniper. You have enough resources. The programmer of the Call of Duty made it so that if you're playing Call of Duty, you have enough resources with you to survive in the game and thrive. In the same way, the programmer of this game we call planet Earth, we call this life that we find ourselves in as a stream of consciousness, we have all the resources we need to survive and thrive in the game. And we're supposed to play it together. We're supposed to cooperate together. Because that's the best way to play this game. If we all cooperate together and see humanity as one organism, as opposed to me and you. No, we're one. Just like a beehive, just like an ant colony. In the same way, the human organism is one organism. And if one cell is sick, that is our limiting, what was it called in chemistry? I studied chemical engineering, I don't know jack shit about it. The limiting reactant, right? So if you have a chemical equation, sometimes you have like a limiting reactant. That is as far as the reaction will go, because that reactant has the least quantity. I think that's what it was. And so if it has the least quantity, then even though we have so much of the other reactants, but this one's gonna limit us. In the same way, if one cell of this human organism is sick, that's the limiting factor, that's the limiting reactant. And we are as good as that sick cell. Meaning that cell's gotta catch up with everyone else, and then we're good as an organism. So we gotta think of it like that collectively as a humanity. But it starts with telling people and putting it in their heads, hey, by the way, guys, we live in a very beautiful, abundant, Garden of Eden kind of universe, kind of planet. And there's plenty to go around for everybody. Plenty of food, plenty of water, plenty of shelter, plenty of clothes, plenty of money, plenty of love, plenty of happiness, plenty of joy to go around for everyone. Everyone. And if we can start people to change their minds, because look, it's the mind that creates this physical reality. It's the mind. So right now, this collective reality this consensus reality. I heard the term consensus reality. Consensus reality means we all agree that this is reality. So all of us as a humanity, the collective mind of humanity, agreed that reality is scarce. And you hear it everywhere. You see it in movies, you hear it in songs, right? Oh, this is a difficult place. Oh, fuck this shit, man. There's like not enough. You know, like you hear it everywhere around you. It's sort of this thing is put out there that, hey, this is a scarce. You always hear it in the news. Scarce. This is a scarce planet with scarce resources. You know, we're running out of this and we're running out of that. And we don't have enough money. And money is a construct anyway to begin with. But it's supposedly based on gold, right? And you always hear, oh, gold is scarce, and this is scarce, and all scarcity, you hear it everywhere. It's like, no, there's a plenty of all things, of everything here. Plenty to go around for everybody, right? And to live in abundance. Material abundance, emotional abundance, all of it. But we change our mind first, the minds of the people. Because this scarcity mindset that's going around right now, this collective consciousness of humanity saying this place is scarce, I live in scarcity, everything is scarcity, is creating this consensus reality. It's all words. You speak things into existence. The world is made of words. So if we start to speak this new reality into existence saying, oh, we live in an abundant place, there's plenty to go around for everybody, well, soon enough, we put that in the collective consciousness and suddenly, holy, we live in an abundant place. We maybe start to figure out new technologies. We figure out new things and we find new things in this planet. We get more efficient at doing things, blah, 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 blah. We get on the stream of consciousness, the stream of thought, of abundance. And that's how the world turns. You make of it whatever you wish. So you start with yourself and start to see yourself living in this wonderful, abundant, Garden of Eden style planet. And start to see yourself living in abundance, in all kinds of abundance, in love abundance, in material abundance. Visualize it, speak it out to yourself, and start to act upon it, and start to spread it around you. Because look, scarcity is just the absence of abundance. Abundance is the default mode by which this simulation was created. In the same way that love and light is the default mode of existence. And when darkness happens, it's like it's just providing you with contrast, but really it's because there's no light. So scarcity provides you with contrast. We're here to learn. Contrast helps us learn and evolve our consciousness, our soul. So you experience scarcity. I certainly experience scarcity. But then you experience that contrast to say, oh, all right, I don't have to do that anymore. I'll just move into the abundance, because that's the natural default state of existence, the default mode of existence. And together, all of us, when we start to think that way, we create this consensus reality that is based on abundance. That's it. God bless you all. Give you abundance of joy, of financial wealth, of emotional health, and all of the other bullshit. Abundance is the natural state of the universe, of existence, of God. So just remember that. Tune into that frequency and good things will happen. And as always, don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.